What covers the world? And why doesn't it shine forth? It's a question that feels, well, both ancient and incredibly modern, doesn't it?
It really does. Cuts right to the chase.
Welcome, everyone, to the deep dive. We love digging into these kinds of profound questions, pulling out insights from some truly fascinating sources.
And today, we're diving into a really special one, an ancient philosophical dialogue called The Questions of Ajita the Youth. It's Ajitamāṇavapucchā in the original Pali.
Right, and it's from the Sutta, which is, well, a collection of very old verses.
Exactly. And you have this young guy, Ajita, asking some incredibly fundamental questions to Bhagavā, the Blessed One, about life, how we perceive things, and ultimately, how to find clarity.
So our mission today really is to unpack these questions and answers. We want to see what wisdom we can pull out that, maybe surprisingly, speaks directly to us now, Helps cut through all the noise.
Yeah, find some clarity in the chaos.
Okay, let's jump in. Ajita starts with these huge questions in stanza 1032. He asks, what covers the world? Why doesn't it shine forth? What is its anointing or smearing? What is its great fear?
Big questions, universal ones, really.
It feels like riddles we're still trying to solve, What is obscuring our view?
Absolutely. And Bhagava's answers in the next stanza, 1033, are just so direct. He says the world is covered by ignorance. Avijjaya nivutto loko.
Ignorance. Okay, so not just like forgetting your keys.
No, not quite. It's deeper. A fundamental misunderstanding, a kind of active unawareness of how things actually are, like looking through smudged glasses all the time.
Okay. So it's a core perception issue, maybe why we, keep bumping into the same problems, seeing things wrong.
Precisely. That's the idea. And why doesn't it shine forth? Well, Bhagavā says it's because of craving or hesitation, that's vivisha, and negligence or heedlessness, pamadana pakasati.
Craving or hesitation and negligence. That sounds familiar, like always wanting something else or being unsure or just spacing out.
Exactly. That hesitation, that lack of focused attention, it dims the light.
Yeah.
We don't see clearly because we're either pulled away by desire or just not really looking.
And that really lands today, doesn't it, with like infinite distractions, always feeling on the edge of understanding something, but then, oh, shiny new notification.
Right. It's a constant battle. And then what's the anointing or smearing? What makes everything sticky and unclear?
Yeah, what's that?
He says it's greed or maybe chattering japapilapana brumi, that incessant internal noise or the grasping nature of the mind.
Chattering, like mental static or greed, just wanting. So it's like trying to see through a window covered in sticky fingerprints.
That's a great way to put it, yeah. And the great fear underlying it all.
Let me guess.
Suffering.
You got it. Suffering. Dukkha samahāvaya. That's the big one. Wow. Okay, so bringing this back to you listening, how do these ancient ideas, these veils, ignorance, craving, negligence, greed, how do they actually show up in your day? Could they be why you sometimes feel overwhelmed or just, kind of lost? Worth thinking about.
Definitely.
So Ajita then shifts a bit in stanza 1034. He asks about streams. Streams flow everywhere, he says. What stops these streams? Tell me, how are they closed off?
That image, streams, soda, it's really vivid.
It is, isn't it? These streams, soda, well, they can mean a lot of things. The constant flow of sensory stuff hitting us, sights, sounds, smells.
Right, just the world rushing in.
Yeah, but also our desires, our thoughts, just racing along the endless flow of information. Think about your newsfeed. That's literally a stream.
Oh, absolutely. It feels like trying to drink from a fire hose sometimes.
Sure.
So how do you stop these streams, according to Bhagavā?
Well, his answer in stanza 1035 has two parts. First, he says the restraint, the thing that prevents them from just washing you away, is mindfulness. Satita sanivarande.
Mindfulness. Okay, so paying attention, being present.
Yeah.
Exactly. Being aware of the stream without getting swept up in it. But then he says what ultimately stops them, closes them off completely, is wisdom. Panyai, dipithiyare.
Wisdom. So it's more than just noticing the stream.
Yeah, it's deeper. Mindfulness is the awareness, the tool. Wisdom, panya, is the insight that understands the very nature of the streams, where they come from, what they're made of, their impermanence. It cuts them off at the source, you could say.
So for you listening, in this world just full of streams, digital ones, mental ones, emotional ones, how could cultivating both mindfulness and wisdom help you? Not just cope, but maybe find some real peace, some way to stand on the bank instead of being carried away.
It's a powerful combination, awareness and insight.
Then Ajita asks something even more, well, abstract, I guess, in stanza 1036. He asks where wisdom, panya, and mindfulness, sati, and this thing called name and form, namarupa, Where do they all cease completely?
Right, namarupa, name and form. That sounds technical, but it's basically us.
Us. How so?
It refers to the whole psychophysical package deal. Name is the mental side. Feelings, perception, thoughts, consciousness itself. Form is the physical body. It's everything we usually identify as me and my reality.
Okay, so the mind stuff and the body stuff. Our entire perceived self and world. Where does that cease? That's a huge question.
It is. And Bhagava's answer in 1037 is profound. He says, where name and form cease without remainder is through the cessation of consciousness. Vinyakasa nirodhina etaruparujati.
Cessation consciousness. Okay, wait. That sounds like just blinking out of existence. Is that what it means?
Not exactly annihilation, no. It's incredibly subtle. Think of consciousness, Vinyas, as the process that takes raw sensory data and turns it into our familiar experience of subjects and objects, me and the world.
Right, the thing that makes sense of it all.
Kind of, but it also creates the separation. The cessation of consciousness here points to a state, or maybe an understanding, where that fundamental subject-object division devolves. The usual way consciousness constructs reality just stops. Name and form, as separate things, can't arise in that state.
So it's not becoming nothing, but maybe becoming everything. Or realizing the separation was the illusion all along.
That's getting closer to the idea. It's a profound shift in perception, beyond our usual conceptual grasp. It points towards liberation, Nibbana.
Wow, okay. So for you listening, how does that land? What might this ancient idea mean for your sense of self, your understanding of reality? Does it maybe open a door to seeing things differently, beyond just the everyday me?
It definitely invites a deeper look.
Okay, so bringing it back down to earth a bit, Ajita's final question in stanza 1038 is really practical. He asks about behavior. What's the conduct of someone who's finished, accomplished, asaktatadamas, and someone who's still a learner or trainee, sekha, on the path?
Yeah, basically, how should we actually live this, whether we're beginners or more advanced?
Exactly. Like, give us the roadmap.
And Bhagavā does, in stanza 1039. He gives some really clear pointers. First, don't be greedy for sensual pleasures.
Not greedy. Does that mean we have to give everything up? Live like a monk in a cave?
Not necessarily total renunciation for everyone, no. It's more about non-attachment. Enjoy things, experience life, but don't let desires control you. Don't grasp and cling. It's about inner freedom from the pull, not always outer avoidance.
Okay, freedom from the pull. I like that. What else?
Your mind should be undisturbed or calm. Manasanavalishya. Cultivate inner peace, equanimity, even when things outside are chaotic.
Easier said than done, but okay, a calm mind. Got it.
And be skillful or expert in all things or states. Kusala sabadahamani. This is interesting. It's not just about being good at things.
Like skillful at your job, or skillful at meditating. Yes, but even broader. It implies bringing awareness, precision, and wisdom to everything you do, understanding the nature of whatever state you're in, whatever action you're performing, making every part of life part of the practice.
Skillful in all things. That's a high bar. Makes you think about how you approach even simple tasks.
It does. And finally, being mindful, sadhu-bhikkhu. One should wander or live, paribhashe. Now, bhikkhu technically means a monk,
Right.
but the principle here is universal. Live with constant mindfulness. Carry that calm, that skillfulness, that non-greediness into every moment of your wandering through life, whatever your specific path looks like.
So these are like guiding stars, aren't they? For you listening. How could you apply these ideas right now? Non-attachment, a calmer mind, bringing skillfulness to your day, staying mindful. Whether you feel like a total beginner, a learner, or someone aiming for real mastery, these seem like solid principles for a less chaotic, more purposeful life.
Absolutely timeless advice.
We've covered a lot of ground. We started with what covers the world: ignorance, craving, negligence, and moved to the streams of experience.
And how mindfulness and wisdom are the keys to managing and transcending them.
Then we touched on that really deep point about name and form and consciousness ceasing.
Leading to a profound shift in understanding reality.
And finally, landed on some very practical advice for how to live. Non-greed, calm mind, skillfulness, and mindfulness.
It's amazing how these answers, thousands of years old, still offer such a clear, coherent framework for navigating just being human. The challenges might look different on the surface today, but the underlying issues.
They're the same, aren't they? Information overload, distraction, restlessness.
Exactly. And these texts show people were wrestling with this and finding profound ways through long, long ago.
So the final thought for you to take away today is this. What are those streams really like in your life? The ones that feel overwhelming or pull you off course. And how might this ancient wisdom we've explored help you understand them, maybe manage them better, and ultimately move towards, well, greater clarity and maybe a little less suffering?
Because that quest for self-knowledge, as Agita's questions show us, it's always relevant. It's an ongoing journey.
And a deeply rewarding one. Thanks for diving deep with us today.